There comes a moment in a man's life when something strange happens. People who once spoke kindly grow cold. Friends begin to distance themselves. Strangers judge you without knowing you. And you ask yourself quietly, what did I do wrong? Stoicism gives a surprising answer. Sometimes, when people begin to dislike you for no clear reason, it is not because you became worse. It is because you became stronger. Marcus Aurelius warned that a man who governs himself will always disturb those who live in chaos. Seneca observed that resentment often rises not from harm, but from comparison. Epictetus taught that when you stop being dependent on approval, others feel exposed. Today, we explore why people sometimes turn against you for no visible reason, and how Stoic wisdom teaches you to remain calm, dignified, and unshaken. 1. Your calm exposes their inner disorder. Most people are not at peace with themselves. They live with unresolved anger, insecurity, envy, and fear. They cope by noise, distraction, validation, and emotional reaction. When you enter their world with calm, discipline, and emotional control, something uncomfortable happens. You become a mirror. Marcus Aurelius wrote that people hate being reminded of their own shortcomings. Your composure silently reveals what they lack. Your restraint highlights their impulsiveness. Your silence exposes their inner chaos. They don't hate you. They hate what they see in themselves when they look at you. 2. Independence makes you uncontrollable. Epictetus taught that the fastest way to lose freedom is to depend on the opinions of others. When you stop seeking validation, approval, or emotional reassurance, you quietly remove people's power over you. This unsettles them. People are comfortable with those they can influence, guilt, manipulate, or emotionally pull. When none of that works on you, they feel rejected, even if you did nothing. Your independence feels like distance. Your self-sufficiency feels like arrogance. But in truth, it is simply freedom. 3. Growth creates uncomfortable comparison. Seneca wrote that envy is born when one man advances while another remains still. When you improve quietly, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, people begin to compare without meaning to. Your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your progress highlights their stagnation. This comparison creates discomfort, and instead of changing themselves, many choose resentment. It is easier to dislike you than to confront their own inaction. For silence is often misinterpreted. Not every man explains himself. Not every man reacts. Not every man defends his choices. The Stoic man understands that explanation invites judgment. He chooses silence not because he is hiding, but because he is secure. Yet many people misinterpret silence. They assume arrogance. They assume indifference. They assume superiority. Marcus Aurelius warned that others will misunderstand you and that it is none of your concern. Silence removes drama, but it also removes emotional reassurance for insecure minds. 5. You no longer play their emotional games. Some people connect through chaos. They bond over gossip, complaint, reaction, and emotional exchange. When you stop participating, when you refuse to be provoked, dragged into drama, or emotionally reactive, you quietly exit their game. This feels like rejection to them. But Stoicism teaches that peace requires withdrawal from unnecessary emotional battles. Epictetus said that no man is harmed unless he consents to it. When you stop consenting, people who thrived on your reaction begin to resent your absence. 6. Virtue creates distance from the crowd. Stoicism is not about blending in. It is about living rightly. Marcus Aurelius knew that living with discipline, honesty, restraint, and purpose would isolate him at times. Virtue separates quietly. It does not shout, it simply stands apart. When you choose character over popularity, depth over noise, and discipline over comfort, you naturally move away from the crowd. And when you leave the crowd often resents your departure. 7. Stoic response. Do not defend, do not retaliate. The Stoic response is not revenge, not explanation, not emotional defense. It is composure. Marcus Aurelius advised, let them see your character. Seneca advised, a clear conscience laughs at false accusation. Epictetus advised, if they speak falsely of you, remain as you are. Your task is not to convince others. Your task is to remain aligned with your values. If people start hating you for no reason, pause before blaming yourself. Ask instead, have I grown calmer? Have I become less reactive? Have I stopped seeking approval? If the answer is yes, then what you are experiencing is not rejection. It is separation. Not everyone is meant to walk with a disciplined mind. Not everyone is comfortable around emotional strength. The Stoics did not seek to be liked. They sought to be unshakable. Remain steady. Remain dignified. Remain silent when needed. This is how you win without fighting. This is how you stand alone without being lonely. This is Stoic true wisdom.